Okay, my friends, we're going to go into a new series, a new phase, and it's going to be called the Eye Opener series of 2020, Roger versus Roger. I can't get anybody to debate with me. I can't get anybody in the scientific academic community to address these absolute facts. And I'm going to start, I'm done with trying to be nice. Everybody says, oh, you got to be humble, you got to be, well, bullshit. This is done. That is over. I tried that. Does not work. We're going to talk about Earth, planets, atoms, energy, history, health, rocks, biology, bacteria, dark things, dark matter, dark energy, thought, discovery, denial, true meaning, eternity, God, and gods. This is how I started out. Now, I know I'm annoyed today, and I know it's Christmas Eve, and I shouldn't be annoyed, but I cannot get over my annoyedness. This goes back 4.5 years ago. And I knew we have trouble with our Earth. And the only one that responded was Russia. Yeah, hello. I'm coming to you today with some information that I stumbled across. I'm not an expert in anything. I study fossils and deep Earth geology and, how petroleum is sublimated out and the processes of the transitions of rocks and things like that in the earth. It's just sort of boring stuff. But I found some very, very interesting stuff. And as a result of that, I started to investigate how the earth is creating these things and what these things are and so forth. And what you see here are blue holes. And these blue holes are all over the earth. And those holes I've come to find out, and I have the supporting evidence, and I'm sure it's correct. I'd certainly like to have it looked at. It could be wrong, but I'd like to see somebody come up with a contradictory, factual disagreement. And if it is right, it becomes critically important. Now, these holes, I believe, are the digesters for the Earth. Those are. You see, this is going back 4.5 years. And this is already, I'm deep into this. And I've addressed every one of these people at Harvard and Yale and University of Texas and every single one of them. Max Planck, 100% across the board. Zero responses except you're an idiot, go find somebody that understands rocks. The only one that responded was Russia. They got this problem. They got serious problems. And I talked to the Russians about it. And I said, you got problems, right? There's nothing going to do. And at that time, I think they had 13 sinkholes. And now they got like 70,000 in this area. This is not going to go away. They are not addressing the issues that really are the issues. They're going to all these people that are spouting off all this crap that is just nonsense. And they're looking at them as heroes. And they absolutely refuse to engage. So I will debate my own self. I'm just going to throw this in here. Probably not the best idea, but I had to abandon this station, Mud Fossils. Now it's Mud Fossil University. This goes back quite a few years. And let's just listen. I tried to start out being humble and nice and everything. It does not work. So I've abandoned that humility stuff. Yeah, hello. I'm coming to you today with some information that I stumbled across. I'm not an expert in anything. I study fossils and deep earth geology and how petroleum is sublimated out and the processes of the transitions of rocks and things like that in the earth. It's just sort of boring stuff. But I found some very, very interesting stuff. And as a result of that, I started to investigate how the earth is creating these things and what these things are and so forth. And what you see here are blue holes, and these blue holes are all over the earth. And those holes I've come to find out, and I have the supporting evidence, and I'm sure it's correct. I'd certainly like to have it looked at. It could be wrong, but I'd like to see somebody come up with a contradictory, factual disagreement. And if it is right, it becomes critically, it's a disaster is what it is. I tried to be nice, not anybody paid any attention. The only people that ever even responded was the Russians, because they have terrible problems with these sinkholes exploding. Their methane gas is pouring out of them, turning into bombs, they're exploding. And when they contacted me, they had 13 of them. Now they got, I think the last time I saw it was 70,000 or something like that. And it's not going to get any better. And I told him that, and I think I shocked the hell out of the guy. But my point is nobody pays any attention. If you're just kind of say, well, geez, you should look at this. No, forget it. Who are you? Get lost. And that's what happened. So I've taken a new attitude. All right, this is my meteorite. This came through space, and that's why it's all blackened out. All the flesh was burnt off. But this is the artery vein side. This is the artery side, and it was loaded with red blood, and it blew out from right here. This is the artery side. You see this structure here? You see that neck to it? Look at that carefully. You see the round ball? You see this neck with these little fluty looking things, and then that flat spot at the top with a couple little holes in it? Well, guess what you see right there? Identical, same structure. And where is that? Comet 67P, Comet Churyumov-Gerasimenko or something. I forget how they pronounce it, but it's the same one. It's the same damn thing. Same damn thing. What I am saying, I have the support to back up. I'm not giving you, and this has blood in it. There's blood all over this thing. That was a fingertip. It was virtually the same as, hold on, I had it around here somewhere, here it is. It is virtually the same fingertip as this, and blew out the same way that blew out. No difference whatsoever. A little bit different. But this one came through space. This one just sat in the ground and dried out and leached into the ground. That one blistered, coming out of there, and that's how it is now. So who's going to debate me? I'm sitting here waiting. I'm looking for some of you masters out there to do some master debating with me.